All right.
A minute and a half ago.
All right, we're back with low latency.
It's a major delay.
So let's see if that worked. I don't know.
Yeah, on the stream, like I was able to unmute it again. You're still talking about like, oh yeah, I can just restart it. Like the latency is bad.
There's a lot of noise happening as we are live. Okay. Let's see. Is everybody good?
Okay, it's like nowhere near as bad now.
Okay.
It's like maybe like 10-15 seconds behind tops, so way better.
Yeah, I counted about 8 seconds.
And fucking stream. My stream deck isn't working again. It's just the switch over. Nobody wants it to go super smooth, you know what I mean?
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Better? I don't you tell me. I don't
What is better?
Because I have a lag on my side. For sure.
That's a nice shirt.
Thank you. You too, friend. Sorry, I'm just standing while I operate my fucking computer right now. I don't want to.
We're all standing with you, brother.
Mercenary minion shirt. War Master minion shirt.
Dead Saves shirt that I bought on sale.
Okay.
Lark Zelda t-shirt.
So there's that, and then I'm gonna try and make my stream deck work with the commands, but the commands weren't really working. And I'm gonna go in post and I'm gonna edit all this out. But oh, everyone has different internet, and I'm live as well on Call of Duty, Trev, so it might be me.
No, it was
I think it was everyone, yeah.
Yeah, it was everybody.
Yeah.
The extent of the lag is going to be different for different people, but right now it's like around 10-ish seconds, so which is fine.
Okay. So okay, let's see if the commands work. And if so, I think we're good to go. I just know there's like the issue of the lag time and all that. It's not that bad. From the time I saw his message and you read it, it was like 8 seconds. Yeah. What a time to be alive. But I think with that being said, enough of the games. Enough of the horse shit.
Oh, fuck.
Yep. Oh, fuck is right, Austin. You're taking the reins, baby. Yeah. I think we're all good. Everybody who's in here, I really appreciate it. Let's do this. Let's do this. I think. Does anybody else have anything?
No, let's fucking go.
No, let's rock,
do the
dude.
damn thing, dude.
Big gamer moment.
Righty, man. Actually, before we start, would anyone like to recap what happened last episode for our viewers who are just now joining us here on YouTube or missed the last stream?
Trevor would love to.
Josh would love to, I think.
Oh, hell! I'm on the spot! Alright, so, the intrepid adventurers are yanked into a funky kind of place, assaulted by the senses, and they meet a cat person in a well. They get sent on a quest. They go kill some skeletons. And Sion pulls some hoodoo and some fucking, I don't know, crazy shit with a lich. We didn't fight, but it was awesome anyway.
I have a way with words.
That's fucking right, dude. Okay. We're
And
gonna
then
get into the game now.
Yeah, and then I killed somebody and met the elder god.
It was the most sensual murder ever.
Yeah, and then asked them what their name was. And that fucked me up a little bit.
You got a point of eldritch madness. That's what fucking happened. Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and cut this music out, and what's gonna happen now is that we are going to start again our game. The last we left off, each of you were in a nameless hamlet, resurrected and enthralled by the bardic lich maestress. However, now they have poofed back to the court. Each of you stand still looking up the sky where last the titular narrator, Catman, had spoke to you, truly showing their omnipotence and omniability and their manipulation of this space. What would each of you like to do? Now, still with the thought of this deity in your mind looking up to you from the stars, knowing truly now at this moment that they are watching you.
I'll be right back. I'm sorry, my sister just cut her finger off. So
Literally?
I'm going to deal with this. Yeah, of all fucking days, right? Want to play something? I'll hit a BRB screen and I will figure this out and jump right back in. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
Fucking pause the stream.
Take care of it,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, take
Yeah,
care
if-
of it.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I have a lot of editing to do on this. Austin, I also missed the intro. I'm very sorry. If you could give it to me again. My sister cut her fingers. And I had to go and convince my family going to the hospital was the right idea. Which is ridiculous. If you cut your fingers off, please go to the hospital. That's the Dungeon Hunter's promise.
Look at that. We're back live and we got all our viewers back. That's incredible.
Everyone's
all right, so
back.
here's the deal. All right.
Sorry, man.
So I'll just rock the whole thing from the beginning. Don't even worry about it. We're going to hard reset here. So, last we left off, our party was left in a nameless hamlet after besting the Archlich Bard Maestress in a duel of words, or more so Sion was able to converse and discuss with them to go ahead and return back to our quest provider, narrator, and who knows what else titular character, the Catman. Now, each of you are still standing in this nameless hamlet, surrounded by the corpses of its denizens who were bewitched and enthralled, still reeling back from the moment where this character, the Catman, had in a moment of hubris shown their ability of omnipotence and omnipresence by speaking to you in a larger-than-life scale of themselves through the clouds. What would each of you like to do?
So we had chosen our destination leaving off, correct?
You guys had decided that you were going to go ahead and chase after the first and second born of this character that Torin had dubbed the Catman.
And we were going to the Two Kingdoms one, correct?
Yes, that would be the first and second born.
All right, then. Let's get a move on.
I should remind you at the end of the last episode, I did tell you guys, since you finished that encounter without any lethality to the Bard Archlich, there was something waiting for you back at the hub area.
That is true, yes.
Oh, we take a look back there to make sure our new friend showed up where he's supposed to be.
That sounds like a capital idea. Hello?
Alrighty, excellent. Each of you are going to go ahead and start venturing back to the hub area then.
Yeah, that's right.
Great. So all of you do so as you enter into the center clearing. As before, what it was a beautiful meadow. You see a massive tent directed over where this character's well opening was before. What would you like to do?
Yep. Quinn will dismount from Archie, and they'll leave the lance couched in the side. Give Archie a pat on the neck and say, "Well, I wonder what's in the tent. This looks very exciting, and I'm ready to move. How about you two?"
Yeah, exciting's not the word I would choose for it, but you're more than welcome to investigate.
Well, how... Quinn will wander over and reach down, and they'll knock on a tent peg, since there's no door to knock on. Hello? Is anyone home?
You hear no response. However, beyond these thick tent flaps, you hear the sound of muttering, multiple voices of different tonalities. However, there is a unmistakable presence in each of their words. What would you like to do?
I don't know any of these voices.
Do I happen to know of anything resembling this tent or this well from talking to the creature?
Well, the well, as it were to say, was the opening that the creature was coming out of when you had first encountered them.
Yeah, I know that. I just wanted to know if I got any more information on it since finding out his real name, Quigatet.
You understand the entirety of their history. You understand that this individual is a greater deity, outer god, that has been forgotten through time. They represent the darkest heart in man, absolute and total dementia, and unspeakable acts. Also, more curiously so, they are the creator and patron of cats.
I'll walk over to the tent then. I'm coming inside.
You hear no response. You enter.
I do.
At a small round table, you see the character you know as either Quigathep or the Catman sitting at the head with a cup of tea. Through massive, countless rows of teeth, they pour this liquid into their maw, and surrounded around them are characters of absolute divinity. At this table sits gods that have plagued your homeland, Faerun, for a rather long time. Phaedron, thank you. At this table sits Vecna, Sirik, and Illicensi. These four seem to be discussing something that you can't quite wrap your head around, but naturally, it seems diabolical. However, the talking stops. The rather pale individual in flowing robes turns their head to you. You notice that they are missing their right eye and their right hand, and they almost seem to scowl upon looking at you. Sitting across from them is the enigmatic Sirik in their roguish leathers, almost seeming to smirk as if living in the lie now and currently. More disturbing to you, Torin, there's something that you've seen only a handful of times in your life and have only more so heard stories about. But there is a grand illithid sitting next to Sirik, and at their head is a throbbing, massive brain. The Catman claps their hands, and each of these deities seem to vanish away in their own flare. Vecna is accompanied in their disappearance by the sound of wailing souls, while Sirik in a puff of black smoke. And the illithid, curiously enough, you don't even remember seeing them. You just knew they were there. The tent is gone. Now the Catman hangs at the edges of its well, staring onto you. Well, I don't interrupt your gatherings. What can I help you with?
Sorry. Didn't know you were having friends. We move on, making haste to the Two Kingdoms.
Well, you don't need my permission to do so. After all, I said, this is your story, all of your stories.
All right. Then let's go. What do you say, Queen? Sion?
Very well. It just seemed... Sorry. Quinn will pull their flask and take a sip. Drama.
Yes,
Riveting.
drama.
I'm living it. So, we found Maestris, brought him back. Did he arrive safely?
You see the Catman reach a singular large hand with pointed claws outward. The emerald-robed Lich is floating in midair, seated back as if in a throne, strumming their lute. Around them, or more so, you notice this clearing has become a bit more lively. as there have been either dancing corpses or normal-looking travelers either whisked away here by the Catman himself or by other bizarre circumstance enthralled by this lich's song.
Very good. It seems the life of the party has returned, and our friend Sion did so with I won't even say a minimum of damage to your bard. They were so kind as to do it with their flair and their personality, their honeyed tongue and silvered words. I think I flipped that.
Fuck.
You see the Catman, with their hand reached out, retrieves it back into the well. Oddly enough, you notice that they have not gripped back onto the edge, but rather their hand is raised back outright, gripping onto something, and then they drop it in front of the well. It seems to be a piece of a rainbow. Who would like to grab it?
Ooh.
I'll take it.
Okay, give me a wisdom saving throw as you pick it up.
Wisdom. 14.
Yeah, you fail. You are going to gain a point of eldritch madness. What is going to happen now is that your perspective of the world is going to be changed forever. Be careful of this, as I will be prompting you of things you see. It's up to you to interact with them or not. They can either further these points or be mundane in their introduction to you. As you pick up this piece of rainbow or this fragment of color, images of a pale, fleshy, horned creature flash before your eyes and its absolute history. You understand that in the beginning of your adventure, this character had introduced a set of children to you and his important followers. There was one that he had mentioned but had forgotten immediately afterwards. Only you yourself in this party will be aware that you are looking for the Rainbow Man. You have one piece of a 7-piece key. These pieces are scattered throughout the world. They will not be apparent to you, and you can miss them.
Sick.
Fantastic. Choice. After that, Quinn, your long-winded request for reward, the Catman is gone.
Good talk. Fellows, we have our destination. Let's say we get on the road.
As much as I am going to regret this, I'm sure I'm inclined to agree with you for once, Quinn.
I'll follow.
And away we go.
Alrighty. Mind you that you have not rested since your last fight, nor eaten, each of you. You feel hungry. Before you journey, I would... Each of you... Well, not you. You did devour your last prey mark sufficiently, so I would say, with the exception of Torin, the party is feeling famished after their last combat.
I'm going to smack Reno on some jerky from my pack.
Alrighty, excellent.
Quinn will dig out one more of their, I'm assuming, slightly moldered rations and delicately chew.
Great.
How is everyone?
Don't like it?
I believe I stated quite clearly that I'm not a fan, but I'm in your world now, and I have to follow rules. One thing that I must do. Contracts, rules, find a child. Those 3 things that I must do.
Your child. I just about forgot.
Really? Now, we can't have that now. You and I do have a contract.
That's right, we do.
Now, I've noticed something else. Along with this hunger you told me about,
Yes.
there's a thing happening with my eyelids. They're a little heavy. I don't know what to do with it.
Means you need sleep.
Do we do that anywhere? Just any old place?
Well, ideally, you do the sleeping in a bed of some sort. But given the situation, I don't believe we have that luxury.
Do you have a bedroll, Quinn?
I have Archie. I believe that will be sufficient.
Well, lay with Archie then. You'll find warmth. Do you want to rest before we continue? Or are we going to make our way?
How is everyone feeling? I don't want to guide the party too much.
I suppose I could hunker down for a little bit. How about you, Tor? Do I need to dig you a nice little hole in the ground to keep you warm?
No, I don't think you do, but I appreciate the offer.
It's that southern hospitality, friend. Just gotta make sure you're taken care of.
Well, I am very much appreciative of it.
I kind of just like
Thank
smirk
you.
at him and just like tip my hat.
Such kind folks.
Yeah, con. All right. And I just kind of lean back on my bag and go through my bag of holding. Just kind of whisper to it.
Torn, you hear an absolute array of replies that seem to be a mix of insults, curses, and pleads for help. Otherwise, these individuals stuck in this bag are not entirely happy with you. As you are doing this, I need you to give me a perception check.
Okay. That is perception, you said?
Yes, please.
17, 14 plus 3.
Alrighty, excellent. What's going to happen now is you are going to look up. It is nighttime, however, you see the moon has a face. And in this face, almost whimsical and cartoonish in its look, they are going to... What in the hell is going on here? They are going to look at you almost slyly, as if not all the way turned over, but side-eyeing you, with a small smirk stretched across its massive face.
What the fuck are you looking at?
The moon turns completely, their dark side to you, rather.
Fucking Tulsa.
As
That
you
is-
look away for a moment and then quickly look back over, you see them looking down directly at you now, staring intensely.
Well then what's the fucking game?
You see them gritting their teeth, smiling ear from ear, almost grinding those choppers the same way in a very maniacal look
Like that?
as they and they almost wink at you. And as they do so, you hear rustling in the bushes around you.
Well then what's all this then? British people were right when they said that, because really what is all this then?
Dun. What's all this then?
Duke is literally a Duke in that one.
I pull out my short sword and
As-
ankle biter.
Excellent. You prepare your weapons, and you notice the moon laughs. However, the sound of it is deaf to you, but you can most definitely feel the world around you shaking as it does so, and it's completely turned away from you now. You feel something brush behind your leg.
I turn around.
It's a cat. Perhaps oddly enough, the first one you've seen from beyond the tree line. And it seems to have found itself a nice temporary spot to lay near whatever fire or excess blankets or bedrolls that have been left out without usage.
What does this cat look like?
It is an orange tabby.
I reach down and let it smell my hand.
It does so.
What's your name, little one?
The cat looks up to you and purrs for a moment before running its head over your hand, and you hear a low laugh. Pet me, or I scream and you die.
I begin to pet it.
That's right. Keep going.
What's your game, Tabby?
I just want to be touched.
Don't we all?
Well, you in a different way than I, I'm sure.
Ah, but after the same means, wouldn't you say?
Well, death begets death, does it not? Now, scratch my butt.
I'll only scratch this part. You're on your own for the other.
You hear the cat starts to tense up as if it's going to hiss, almost as a reactionary way. I said, scratch my butt.
Well, scratch your butt. I'm not scratching your butthole.
Not my butthole, you fool.
That's what I said. I'm going to scratch your butt up top. I'm not going anywhere else. And I'm guessing they're just hearing me talk to this cat.
Yes, they do not hear the
Ask
cat
that.
at all. No.
Am I just...
You just
Quinn
hear him
just
talking
hears-
at a cat. You do not hear the voice of this individual.
I just have like my
at all.
hat. I just have my hat pulled down over my head. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
now I know that they say that there's no rest for the dead, but Torin, if you wouldn't mind shutting the fuck up for a little bit.
Right.
And
After
after
you hear this cat sort of speaks to them in a moment as he hears him say that. No, I like it when you talk to me. Don't listen to them.
I'm going to talk to whoever's talking to me.
That's right. You're your own man, and these are your own choices.
Yeah, except for you're telling me to scratch you all over. Not really freedom of choice, is it?
If you're going to keep talking, Torin, do you mind taking the volume down a little bit?
I turn and look and say, this cat's going to scream if I do not pet it, and he's going to alert the cat man, and then we're
If
all
you don't-
fucked.
If you don't shut up, I'm gonna scream and you're still gonna be fucked.
Your screen can do that.
No, it can't. There's no rules. You can.
That's
hurt him
what
if you
I
want.
thought. That's what I thought also. I think
Talking
you're a
to your-
liar.
Are you talking to your bag again?
No. I did that earlier. I'm now talking to this cat. Can I pick you up and show my friends?
Yes, pick me up.
I pick up the cat and I say, the boy. I gotta
the
do.
boy.
Show us the baby.
I look at the cat and I say, "Here comes the boy."
Yeah, exactly.
You
It's
see
me.
the cat, the cackles on the back of their bird stands up. They kind of tense up and jump out of his hand before kind of arching over and crawling over to you. After
What's
that,
up,
they
buddy?
kind of just swat their paw at you and they run away after you sing that song.
They swat the paw at him.
At him, yes. At Sion, not you. Not
I
you, at
grab Sion and I hold him close to me and I look around and I go, don't move.
I wasn't moving in the first place. Oh, the one that won't shut up is telling me to shush now.
We don't know if the catman's on the side of the cat here.
Well,
Mute
of course, the cat man, who is a cat, would be on the side of a cat. Remember, the one rule is not to harm cats.
Right, I didn't harm a cat. It hissed at you.
I didn't harm it though. We didn't say anything about irritating cats.
room we have to move around here.
Hold on. What were you saying? There was talking in the background that was getting picked up by your mic, so I muted it.
Sorry,
What were you saying?
I said so that kind of checks out. There's something that seems very correct about that, with him saying like, "There's nothing that's that irritating about cats." With how much wiggle room you have here in this world.
And you see it just from seeing Quegatep and like what he is, just kind of like, I will leave nothing to chance. You will not ruin this for me.
You're ruining my beauty sleep.
And I lean down to his, like, right at his ear and say, you will not ruin this for me. Good night, Sion. And
I just look at him and I just like pull my hat down again and say, "Thank fucking Christ."
Quinn at this point is still just like sitting on Archie's back, but they're just
for the first time ever.
His first ever sleep. He's just fucking
deepest
gone.
fucking sleep ever, dude.
I love it.
right.
Alrighty, excellent. So several hours have passed. You guys have rested. You can take a long rest if you would like.
Yeah, we'll take a long rest.
For context, just for flavor, Sion while sleeping, he has that old like Western sleep. He had this like crossbow in his hand the whole fucking time, just like ready to go.
Now, I don't sleep, but I don't move for 4 hours.
And that would constitute as rest.
Yes.
Excellent.
So I just stare up at the moon for 4 hours.
And you kind of notice now that you're looking at it, the face is gone, but you just have this paranoid twitch in the back of your head.
Yeah,
that's coming
I'm
to
not
mind.
looking away
You
for
don't
4
even
hours.
really want to look away. Yeah,
He's
absolutely.
like, that motherfucker looking at
You
me.
are just
I'm like
gazing
this.
at that thing
Yo, man, what you got you smiling like that?
nonstop.
For me, it's this. I'm going to start staring at motherfuckers.
Oh my god.
So it is morning now. Each of you may
4 hours.
4 hours of just nonstop staring at the moon, and your eyes, they kind of hurt, even though you don't need to sleep. Like there's like a very burning quality to them. You're just like, I'm dead. I don't need to look at anything.
Fuck it.
He's got a mystery. He just goes.
Yeah. Like you just have drops, every hour on the dot. So you got it is morning now. Quinn, after your first sleep ever in your nigh uncountable amount of years of existence, that was perhaps the best thing you have ever experienced.
I want more of that. I don't like the food, but I like the sleep. It was like a small death. I just didn't perceive or exist. It was quite nice.
Yeah, kind of miss it.
What is it that you plan to get out of this? Could you ask for sleep as a reward for whatever you're doing for the Catman?
Yes. A big sleep.
That sounds... interesting.
Better than a child.
I don't think my master would be very happy if I chose sleep over what they want. You see, I am under a contract as well. And I have to fulfill it. I have to fulfill it.
Right.
Anyway, Archie's awake, I'm awake.
You kind of hear overhead.
The rustling of
Whoever-
leaves.
Whomever is crumpling paper, they stop immediately. And the sound stops. It's gone.
Me is the one who has to edit this.
Quinn stops crumbling their little doggy doo bag, and I'll leave it then.
How earth conscious of you. I have doggy bags for Archie.
Biodegradable.
Yeah, we have a trigger warning on this for Grimdark. You have doggy bags for your dog shit. I'm killing people.
Trigger warning. There may be littering content.
Yeah, there you go. Alrighty, excellent. Each of you have completed a long rest. You feel rested. You are not risking any exhaustion now. At this moment, you ate the night before. I will say the amount that you ate is enough to constitute for at least a handful of hours of travel, so you need to worry about it for a bit longer. What would you like to do, knowing that your destination is nigh, just at the movement of your heels? All you need to do is speak it into existence, and you will move in that way.
I would
Thorin,
to
do us the honors. Oh, sorry.
I would cut your head off if it were further from the ground.
You would die before
I-
your stroke fell.
If I do this, could I get a trim? I'll be quiet. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Well, to the two kingdoms then.
All right, excellent. You understand that is a true trek north. There are no extra distances here. It is true north.
Pull out my compass and head north.
The eyeballs.
Yeah.
Your
I pull
compass,
out-
interestingly flavored enough, is
Pull out
a
my
set of finger bones.
Yeah, finger bones. That's what I
Finger bones
meant.
on a nice little plate of steel with notches on it, and they are telling you to move north.
I head that way.
I
All right. We're in search of a
Fantastic.
child.
Not but an hour into your trek, things grow silent. There is nigh any sounds of wildlife, be it humanoid or otherwise. Even in this space, there's not even the sound of your feet crunching on leaves. You feel like if you were to speak right now, it would have been tossed out into a negative zone, as if nothing were to leave your lips. But no one has said anything yet, so there's been no proof to this. But everything around you is still.
Do I see like a stick?
Absolutely.
rock.
You see multiple. This is a true area of wilderness. There's nothing odd about it whatsoever.
Pick up the rock and I want to throw it into the bushes. Do I hear anything?
You do. The bushes rustle.
And then silence.
And then silence immediately afterwards. Quinn, I need you to give me a perception check.
That'd be a nat 1 there, buddy.
Even with a nat 1, this noise to you is like sweet music to your ears. You hear the sound of an infant crying. You crack into it like a bloodhound.
He'll Archie over. Start
Do we-
slowly riding through the brush.
Do we
You do
hear
so
that?
without any issue. Each of you hear it. However, you see something unnatural taking hold of Quinn as this noise is speaking to him. There's no mistaking this noise. This is an infant's cry. Quinn, you understand if you were to continue northeast, or rather northwest, I should say, you'll be there in no time following this cry. Do you move in that direction?
I'll look back at the party first. Give a small grin.
I wouldn't do that, mate.
Get the feeling you're not going to be able to stop him.
It's right there.
Quinn, I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Bruv. You gotta be fucking joking me, this fucking torso.
9.
That is a failure.
Quinn.
You want to follow the sound of this crying. There's nothing that your party can say. In fact, you've already noticed that Archie is moving in the direction of it without your command.
I look over at Sion and I say, well, what the fuck was I supposed to say to him? He's seen me eat flesh. That's not normal. What am I supposed to say? Children aren't just in the forest. It's not
Yes, that
normal,
would've-
but
That would have been a great start, yeah.
he's seen me eat a man alive. He's not gonna know what normal is, and if I say they don't exist in the woods, I don't think he's gonna trust me.
Look, he's like a fucking child. He didn't know what food was until yesterday. You think he's just not going to believe whatever you say? He looks up to you as if you're God here. He thinks you have an idea of what's going on in this fucked up place.
Quinn! They don't have babies out in the middle of the fucking woods, you wanker!
Well, now it's a little bit too late. We should probably follow him to make sure he doesn't get eaten by whatever's making that baby noise.
Yeah, does Quinn seem to hear me at all?
He is enthralled. Possessed, even.
I just kind of like take my heavy crossbow off my back and say, well, let's follow him.
Fucking
Quinn, you find yourself at least 30 feet in front of your party now. You are moving as quickly as you can, but Archie seems to be a dog on a mission. Before you now lays a small child wrapped in cloth, an infant, not looking to be more than 6 months old, vulnerable and alone.
Oh, now, little one. Shh.
Quinn.
It's okay.
He can't hear you. He's quite ahead of you, and you're still following him, Torin.
Quinn slowly dismounts from Archie, and they'll slowly step towards the infant. Shh. Hush, little baby, don't say a word.
As you garner eye contact and move to pick up this child, I need you to give me another wisdom saving throw.
It could let in a draft. It could let in a child.
That's a 17.
I'm sorry.
17 does not save?
Does not.
Oh.
As you pick up this child, you hold it close to your chest, and it almost seems to change. It grows slightly pointed ears and matches your skin tone. Its eyes look into yours, and as you hold on to this small infant,
Why am I crying?
you begin to lose sight because you know exactly what the fuck I'm throwing at you right now.
I'm so scared. No.
Change. What union do you belong to? I'm reporting this.
As you start to, you're like, fuck, no. As you look onto this child who's starting to eerily resemble you, there's not even anything that sort of sparks an ire of caution in you as this happens. You feel kinship with this small creature. As if it were one of your own. You would do anything for this child. Torin, Sion, you have now gained distance onto Quinn. You see him standing in front of you, 10 feet with his child in hand. Still sitting atop Archie. As you approach, you notice this small corgi seems to be baring its fangs and cackles upward at the both of you. What would you like to do?
Quinn,
What? What, Torin?
put the baby back.
The word, and I'll put a fucking bolt between his eyes.
I've got what I came for.
I look at Sion.
What,
That
Sion?
dog move. I look at Sion, and I look back towards Quinn, and I say, that dog moves. I'm gonna fucking punt it across this forest.
That dog moves, it's going to be bolted to a fucking tree.
Quinn,
Now, that's very rude words to use against my Archie. Now, use your words for something else. What is got you in such a state?
You stupid motherfucker.
and
Now,
I go,
see here.
what he said.
What would you have me do?
Quinn,
This.
Put it the fuck
babies
down.
are not from the woods. I kill people. I know this.
I don't see how those two correlate, but he's still correct.
I'm saying I'm probably like I'm a fucked up person, but I wouldn't leave a baby in the fucking woods. No one would.
Are there words getting through to me at all?
No.
Quinn, I'm gonna kill you, bruv. Put the baby down.
I literally.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm trying to save you.
You're gonna shoot me if I shoot myself? All of us just... Us, put the gun away from your head. What? That's
Listen,
not a threat.
Look, Quinn, I know you're not from here, but we have a phrase: if you love something, let it go. I don't love you, but I'm more than happy to help let you go if you don't put the fucking baby down.
Quinn, you physically cannot. They
I'm
almost seem stuck to your hands.
You know, it's
As
not.
you start
see
to
a
shake
bit of a
this
problem.
child,
They
grow
don't advise you shake the
agitated.
baby, Quinn.
They are crying louder amongst each of you, talking louder and louder. Quinn, this is starting to pierce your ears. In fact, it's making you irritable towards the two who are causing you to act out this way.
Now look what you've made me do. No.
I am going to slowly put my hands up. If I could I do a sleight of hand check to try and put ankle biter kind of in my sleeve a bit?
You could go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so a sleight of hand check?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's a natural 10 plus 7,
Quinn,
17.
I need you to give me a perception check. The child in your hands will be assisting you in this.
Whore. How dare you?
That's a 10, and I guess it's with advantage because of the
Yes,
child
the
assisting.
assistance. It would be with advantage. What
16.
kind of scary shit?
17, baby, I win.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
While you're slipping that thing, I just have my fucking crossbow, just like.
I pull ankle biter like into my sleeve, and I put my hands up. And I just want to get on the other side. Like, I just want to walk around, and I want to go, Quinn, do I look like the kind of man that talks people down at all?
I've seen a rather few odd things in the last 2 or 3 days, and this is one of the oddest. Seeing you, a man that I literally watched eat a person, which not objectionable, but I cannot put this child down.
Quinn, if you can't put that child down, I'm gonna cut your fucking hands off.
I need those.
We'll get you new ones.
Would you take, and I'll
Quinn,
switch over the side that.
and I want to
As
look
he's
at
kind
Quinn.
of moving the child upward, there's a moment where this small child looks at you, Torin. There is a slight laughter, a coo. I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Disadvantage.
It is.
I have a point of eldritch madness. You're a whore, Peter.
This child has just casted charm on you.
Sion, if you touch that baby, I'm gonna have to kill you.
Well, I'll be more than happy to put you into the ground again, Torin.
I don't
Quinn,
think it's
I
gonna
need you
be
to
so
give
easy.
me a final wisdom saving throw as you see Torin and Sion having this interaction.
Oh, fuck me.
Entanglement? Jada Smith? You fucking... Oh, no.
Oh my god. That is an 18 this time.
You pass. You blink, you look around. It still looks like a child to you. However, the entire ordeal seems irregular.
No. You are not what I was sent out here for. That was very rude, and I need you to apologize.
Torin, you see him getting loud with this child. That frustrates you.
I attack.
Give me an attack roll.
You got it. Also, is this a surprise attack?
It would count as a surprise attack.
Cool,
You're
I
not
take
expecting
ankle
it
biter.
outside, maybe.
And I strike directly at Quinn's ankles. Yeet! For my attack. So surprise attack, do I get that advantage then? Double 14s plus 8.
Does that hit, Quinn?
Yeah, it hits.
Roll your damage.
Okay.
Include the sneak
Okay.
attack damage.
It's 1d4 plus my sneak attack.
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Okay, that is going to be 16 points of damage.
Ugh.
And I'm also going to do Wails from the Grave and do 2d6 on top of that sneak attack, not to Quinn, but immediately to Sion.
Reaction shield.
It's an automatic hit. There is no roll. It is automatically dealt to the next person. And that's double ones. So just 2 points of damage.
Snake eyes.
Snake eyes, baby.
Try again next time, bitch.
So I just slice down into the ankle and then rear up and pull my short sword around and look at the two of them and just kind of, baby's coming to me.
Why is everyone around here so obsessed with goddamn children?
Quinn, as he strikes the back of your ankle, you fall to a knee. You find it hard to stand up onto your left leg in this moment, as it, assumedly at this time, has caused damage to your tendon.
Now, I thought I was still sitting on Archie.
Archie? Well, he cut your tendon, so that shit hurts. Either way.
It just hurts. It doesn't matter where he's
Yeah.
at, but I'm just stabbing for it.
Yeah.
Got it. Sion! What do I do with the thing?
If you would like to set this child down or attempt to let them go, I need you to contest me in a strength roll.
Okay, not sure whether I'm going to yeet the baby or just put them down. But I will...
Just see him about to yeet the...
You most definitely see him getting ready to do something with this child.
I just kind of yell
Baby
over. I just
is
kind of yell over.
crying
Quinn.
at the top of its lungs.
I just kind of yell over at Quinn. Beat Torin over the head with it.
So that's a strength saving throw, or what is that? What do I add?
Yes. No, you are going to get
Athletic check?
athletics check.
Okay, so that's a 16.
Oh, but of course.
Oh yes, athletics.
All right.
Oh.
How do you release this child?
Can we...
You fucking Kobe.
Fuck him. Do I see this?
You absolutely do.
I'm diving for the kid.
No, you're not.
Give me an athletics check.
I'm gonna swing at him before he can make that dive.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
Alrighty.
Crit fail. I did not. I rolled a nat 1.
I would honestly say the child hits the ground. I need you to give me another wisdom saving throw.
Disadvantage?
No, this. Oh, actually, yes,
Yep.
it would be a disadvantage.
Yep. Wisdom save?
Yes.
All right, all right. I don't have a bonus to my wisdom save. Fucking 16.
All right, excellent. With the 16 for this, you do knock out the charm. So you are
On the ground, mouth full of leaves.
bewildered, dirt. Yeah, just bewildered.
I get up and I go, what the fuck's going on?
Do I shoot him in the head now? And I'm just like crossbow trained directly onto Torin.
I like take my
No.
weapons and I go, what the fuck's all this then?
Well, I came to a baby, you stabbed me,
Word.
and yes, we should probably either go or kill the thing. Your
I
choice.
stabbed you.
You did, but I probably deserved it.
Can I tell
You did.
how good he is looking? Like, does he look?
You may communicate
Does
how
he
bad
look
that hurt
weak?
you, Quinn.
Does he look weak in strength to me? Is what I'm
No.
asking for certain
No.
reasons.
No,
For
I wouldn't
certain
look.
reasons.
Oh, are you asking me, the DM? I'm sorry.
The DM, does he look like he's going to be a responsibility?
Right now, at this moment, as you have slashed open his leg, there's potential for him to become a responsibility. However, if it is assessed immediately, it could be salvaged, this entire situation.
How do you mean?
I rip
have
off
an
part of
open
my
wound
clothing. I rip
on
off
the
part of
back
my
of your
clothing and I wrap it around his wound and apply pressure and cinch it off.
Yeah, sure. Give me a medicine check.
Okay, medicine check. That's a nat 20.
You do that shit like you've been training it your whole life.
Yeah, the one roll I didn't need it to be a nat 20. You're like
Yeah,
DC 10.
DC was
I'm
12.
Like, DC 12 doesn't even matter. I'm like, nat 20, baby. You're like, yep, you know it's a cut, and you cover it.
It's like the DC was 1, you had a Band-Aid on you, so...
You're covered by ouchie. Thank you.
It's
now, I'll be sure to pay it back in kind. Now, the thing in the bushes, do we leave it or do we kill it or...
Torn to you, the thing in the bushes that he's talking about is unmistakably a child. You cannot understand why these things are happening, but to you right now in this current time, there is a crying child to each of you. There's a crying child in the bushes.
I walk back for the main road and then turn back at my party.
That way then. That's
I told
not
you.
the kind of... That's
I
not the
don't
kind
like
of child I
little
want.
ones.
Quinn will follow.
Whatever just happened, whatever fucked with my head, I don't need it. And also, if somebody left a child in the woods, yeah, I'm gonna say it, it probably deserved it.
I honestly don't know why I fell for it. That's one of the oldest Fey tricks in the book.
I can believe that you fell for it.
See, you both are kind of stupid.
Now, I never claimed to be hip to your jive in this world, but...
What the Sam Hill are you talking about?
I'm saying it's fair. Let's just
I never
go.
claimed to be jive with you meddling kids.
Let me bury my shame, damn it. And Quinn will just start, leading Archie with a slight limp.
I look at Sion and say, "You sure you don't want a kid?"
I'd much rather put a bolt in your head. I'm a little disappointed I didn't get the opportunity. Maybe some other time, though.
I wonder what it would do to me. We'll have to try it next time we make camp.
You're asking me to shoot you in the head with a bolt.
I beat death once. How hard could it be?
If that's what you want, I will oblige. But now we should probably go keep an eye on our friend Quinn over there before he decides to find any more woodland children to rescue.
Ah, fuck it.
As you guys say this, you see an indistinguishable gray blob, almost seems, with multiple tendrils, kind of runs out from the bushes across the road, screeching almost to what seems to be a mixture of childlike crying and otherworldly screams. Unmistakable to you, Quinn, that was something that felt very familiar to you in terms of its essence and its energy right there in that moment, almost truly to your kind kinship. And it is gone.
That's right, you better run. Bastard.
Like that. Bathroom break. Piss break!
You let me get your union number. I swear I will report your ass.
Right.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. We'll be right back.
We are back.
Let us continue.
Quinn, in the back of your head, that was unmistakably a fae. You understand that now, and in fact, you feel a little bit betrayed and more so confused as to why there are fae just roaming around in this area, or more so something of that nature that you could attribute more to a changeling doing what it did to you, almost like it was predatory.
Did it seem feral? Almost?
No, there was purpose more so in its actions, the way it distributed its charm amongst those involved. And something now that you were pondering on as your party is moving forward, and something that is a bit disturbing to you. I need you to roll me a history check.
Well, that's a 19 minus 1, so 18.
Excellent. With that history check, you are understanding that there is only one fae in mind that you could think of that would distribute such horrible evil. They are a member of the Unsullied Court. That would be the Witch King. You feel fortunate that you're able to walk away unscathed, as you find that your master in their ways are rather unusual and sometimes cruel, but none would meet the wrath and the ire of the Witch King.
The wrath and the ire.
So, I guess Quinn will share some of this information. So, we're rather lucky to get off as unscathed as we did. Because that thing serves someone that is opposed to apparently all others in the Fae. I don't know why it's here. I do know that it was very dangerous, and I'm sorry I put you all in harm's way. So there.
Sion just has like another like cigarette in his mouth, like getting ready to light it as soon as he hears that. Just like, so you're telling me that this was some fucked up evil thing, and you just went straight for it? Quinn, I know you're new to this whole eating, sleeping shit, but I don't think you're new to this whole common sense shit. I would hope not. So maybe next time, we don't run towards evil, malevolent beings, and maybe next time you do, maybe me and Torin here just leave you to your devices to get eaten or whatever the fuck was about to happen to you.
Torin, as you hear Sion say this, in the back of your head, you hear, ironic.
Well, Sion, I can't fault your logic. Leaving me to my fate would have been fair, but I would not have liked it, so thank you for taking the steps you did. In my defense, I've got nothing.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought you were going to say.
Sion, as you say this final sentence, you almost see the words start to leave your mouth in colorful blocks, and the entire experience to you is strange. You look up in this moment and you see a countless array of rainbows cascade over the fracturing night and day sky, and you rub your eyes for a moment.
Yeah, I just kind of rub my one eye that doesn't have the eye patch, and I just like take a look back.
You squint and you see over a rainbow gripping onto its edges the same way that your narrator and quest giver often does to its well, is a fleshy white creature with two protruding horns that seem to, rather than be breaking part from the skin, seems to have skin growed over them. They are eyeless, however, along the bottom part of their face, stretching from their chin to either side of their jaw, it's a massive smile, a striking resemblance to the Catman. You blink, and they're gone.
I'm right fucked up about this place.
None of you saw that. Or rather, Torin and Quinn, you did not experience what Sion just experienced. You hear him say that, and you kind of agree with the sentiment. However, you have no idea what it was directed at.
Quirkatep has his ways. I'm sure nothing's off limits here. Everything's right fucked up.
Again, fair. Sion, you were giving me a right good tongue lashing, but you trailed off. Is everything all right?
I kind of just like regain my composure for a moment after seeing that, and I say, "Yeah, everything's fine. How about you there?"
Other than some mild blood loss and a sense of shame, I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Shame is natural. Hold on to that. Embrace it.
You know what else is natural? North. Let's go.
Segway.
Excellent. As you guys have continued to move, you see a sheer cliff face in front of you, a drop off into an unfathomable abyss. The precipice of this edge almost seems smooth, no jagged edges. However, in front of you, leading into a fracture in real space itself, there's a lineal bridge. This bridge is composed completely of light. A combating hues of red and a balanced white, and additionally a glowing black. This bridge is split down the center in this two-tone colorway. Torin, you look upwards and you see breakaways in the sky. Behind them, it seems to be raw energy, moving past these clouds of galaxies and other universes. Seem to be walking gods traversing from space to space. However, this bridge and this split in reality lays before you. Undeniably, you feel your compass rattling in your pocket. Do you take it out?
Fucking right I do.
With the ferocity, the index finger that is acting as your primary wayfinder point is shaking towards north. Undeniably, you continue in this direction beyond this rift.
Which way was that rift?
In front of you, north.
So we have to go through it.
Yes.
I toss a compass into the rift.
It's gone.
Did we see the compass going through, or
Yes.
did it just
Yep.
disappear?
You saw it go through. Gone. You cannot see the other side, however. You just understand that it has been absolutely encompassed by this by this blinding light that has come from this rift.
Compass and compass. In an all-encompassing rift.
There you go.
Okay. I step through the rift.
Do the rest of you follow?
Yes.
All right. They seem to know more about this place than I do, and they've got a better sense of things.
As you walk through this rift, what you see is the absolute definition of duality. Overhead, split down the left side, is a raging thunderstorm, lightning cracking. It almost seems that fire pours overhead, dissipating before it hits the ground. But unmistakably, there is some sort of hellfire storm brewing overhead. The landscape itself on this side seems to be without any rhyme or reason. There are impossible structures of both stone and natural earth. And the denizens that seem to be crawling and slithering their way in between these structures are patchworks, an amalgamation of horrors long forgotten to the ages. On the right side, the sun is shining and all seems to be peaceful. The structures themselves that host on this side are complete crystalline in nature. Their virtue seems to be symmetry. And you now, each of you, stand on the other side in this rift, quite literally in the middle of it. Quinn, you look down between the legs of Archie's, you can actually see the seam where these landmasses meet. And it runs for what seems to be miles and miles and miles ahead of you.
On and on we ride. Pick a side, friends, pick a side.
Sion, I'd like to give me an Arcana check.
Arcana. 15.
The energy here is completely different than it was in the space you were before. And although your realm of magic is limited to your own school, you do have some understanding of the inner workings of theoretical interdimensional travel. You understand how your energy felt at home, you understand how it felt differently in the domain of the Catman, and now you are somewhere completely different.
Boys, we're not back where we're supposed to be anymore. Take that as you will. That can either be very good or very bad for us.
Purposes of completing our contract, it seems we are in the right place. Whether that's ultimately good for our health, we shall see.
Do I see the compass on the ground?
Absolutely.
I pick it up. Show me the way to the two kingdoms.
Still, the arrow points north.
And north it is. I continue.
As you continue along this trail, you start to see crystalline, golem-like creatures seem to sprout out from these perfect structures on the right side, watching you curiously. From the left, horrors watch you with the same inquisitive eye, slithering behind you, waiting for a misstep, but not quite pouncing on you. As a juxtaposition to the left, these right-sided creatures sort of seem to wait carefully, not moving, but in the jagged construct of their heads, you can catch your own reflection, and somehow you feel as if you are staring into your eyes as you look onto yourself.
It seems we are riding between the forces of order and chaos. But where are their rulers? Do I see anything that pops out as a tower or a place where these higher powers may be?
On the horizon line, ever further ahead of you, you see an impossible structure. Looking onto it almost hurts your head as you try to fathom how it is that it was created, or the forces that be that put it together. But your history as a Fae, you understand it's easier to not think about things sometimes and let them be. You dismiss this pattern or trace of thought from your head, and you continue on forward.
Koigateb. Does anything happen when I say the word?
You hear shifting, crystal against solid marble ground from the right side. You almost seem to be reacting to the name
Quergatha.
The left seems to hear this as well, as one such creature of unimaginable make perches itself onto a rock and lets out a scream-like hiss in your direction.
He holds power here, even. North.
Yeah, I don't think they like hearing about him either.
Could you imagine having that much power? Fucking hell. The things I would do.
Many people do many things for power such as that. It often lands them in sticky spots with people trying to clean up their messes.
I hope so. Let's find your child.
Do let's.
A moment passes. Several
I can
more
still
moments
hear you.
back.
Keep going.
You're fine. Your feet begin to tire, but before you now is the structure that you had seen not too long ago. Much like the actual make of this land, this structure is completely split down the middle. Each side is representing their respective domain. This palace seems to be in a state of constantly destroying itself while rebuilding itself at the same time. Where there was once gothic, jagged-esque stone structures, there are now beautiful crystals, and vice versa. Collapsing in on itself while at the same time still containing its structural integrity, growing bigger and smaller, wider and narrower. The only thing that stays consistent about this structure is the center doorway. An eerie, unnatural set of obsidian doors with all manner of inscription. In front of these doors stand 2 sentries. Much like the aesthetic of the palace before you, they seem to be made up of the same material. One side, complete, beautiful, gleaming crystal, while the other, a mix of rotted and stained, or rather broken and stained concrete and obsidian crystal. What would you like to do?
Sion, could you... You seem to have a better way with words.
Making me talk to them now, is that what this is?
I had my chance earlier, and I fucked it up.
That is fair. You did fuck it up. But seeing as I was the one that had to talk down a lich from killing us, I think I'm excused from this round.
I'll do it. Me trying to choke down the burrito.
All three of you, as you hear Tornvesh sort of speak up.
I'll do it.
All you hear
I'll
in the
do
back
it.
of each of your heads, you hear, "This will be very interesting."
Can I just see this
Tornvesh
door?
walked up the steps.
I walk up.
He looks on to either sentry, staring on in awe at such amazing things before him. In fact, he wonders, oh, what grand being
What
Must
grand
have-
being?
gave them life? What could
Must
have
have
made
given
such a
them
thing
life.
possible?
I could have made something so possible.
And then his tongue was his own. Speak to these sentries.
I'm looking for a child. Any child. Small child, a big child. Doesn't matter. I need one.
There is an uncomfortable silence in response.
Or a
In fact-
place to rest.
It's a wide
As-
range of requests there.
They almost seem to be trained, affixed forward, very rigid in their discipline. However, there is a unnatural moment in time here. There seems to be a skip. And in fact, in this singular moment, you see real space around you seems to freeze.
Even my party.
Yes. Now floating overhead is the Catman, looking down onto you almost amusedly with their singular eye. You're not very good at this. Here,
I didn't say I was good at talking to people, Quagatep.
let me help you.
Go ahead.
And you see this unfathomable creature swipes its claws. And then time starts again. Almost as if ripped through space now. You, Sion and Quinn, see these two all very threatening sentries seem to be sucked into a void. And then the space behind them stitches itself back up. You're unsure what caused this, but with Torrens step forward, you're a bit skeptical. You feel uneasy. Torin now, as you look forward, you hear you feel two massive hands rest onto your shoulders. The cold touch of obsidian resting onto your arms, or rather bare arms from your leathers. And you hear a whisper in your ear. This could be yours in time. And you feel the hand slither itself away from you, and the presence is gone. The doors slowly start to crack open as you hear what sounds like, or rather, Quinn, you seem very familiar with this sound, seeing the hierarchy of the Fae. It's the sound of a scepter tapping against the ground. Over and over and over again.
Does it sound like it's coming closer?
It just sounds like it's deeper from inside this unusual and completely unnatural palace.
We're either summoned or announced. I don't think we'll know quite which one until we reach our destination.
I feel right at home.
I can't say I feel that encouraged. It's odd. There's a fluttering feeling in the pit of my stomach. I feel unsettled? Anxious. I think that might be the word. I've read of it before. All right, then. I'm assuming Torin is leading the way on in.
Torin, do you lead?
Yes, I do. Sorry, I haven't eaten all day and it just got here. Yes, I lead the way in, and I'm looking around for anybody that sticks out to me.
You only see more of these sentries lining these halls, watching guard, waiting. And the further you go in, you see the throne room seems to expand. Oh,
It's a
Austin?
great way.
it's shrinking and then expanding again as if the room itself is breathing. Did I freeze?
Yep.
Yeah. Are you
Yeah,
back?
We got.
There he
There
is.
we go.
I'm back.
One more time.
Shrinking and expanding.
Yeah. Oh, excellent. You guys heard what I had to
Nice.
say then. Okay, that's perfect. The space itself seems to be shrinking and expanding the further you enter into it. Still continuing the theme of absolute duality, the seam continues along before stopping at a throw. What sits before you is an androgynous form, much like the plane before you, split down the center and smashed together. On the right side is a female figure, on the left, a male figure. Much like Quinn very standardly pointing out, representing both the bodies of chaos and order. While, curiously, the left side seems to be sitting rather lackadaisical, staring at you with one arm propped up to the side of its cheek, with a massive smile stretching on its face, the other's doing its best to sit upright. However, you notice that their eye is shut.
The first and second born.
What do you want? All this way, obviously you couldn't be warlocks, I won't be your patron. Or I would be. Why don't we play a game for it? You notice the left eye shuts and the right eye opens. And the posture seems to grow more rigid as they do such. There will be no games in this court. Who sent you? In this moment, both eyes are open now as this voice speaks in duality.
Am I
What
speaking
do you
to
want?
both? Am I speaking to both of you?
We share a body and mind, a conscience and spirit. Doesn't matter who you speak with, we both receive the same information.
Just wanted to make sure. Fuck. A bit lonely in here, is it not?
Who needs a court when all we have is stretched out before us? Well, we used to have a court, but he killed them.
Who killed them?
And you sort of see the left side form lurches forward, gripping in one massive, red, bone-like hand onto their chair. I did. Both eyes open again as the figure rests back into their seat.
So, you're alone? Because that one wanted to kill.
The right or the left eye shuts and the right eye opens. That's correct. The left eye opens and suddenly, and I'd do it again if I ever had the chance.
Was it hard to stop?
What do you mean? When she sleeps, I play. When I sleep, she rules.
Do you wish to be free of it?
Oh, would I want nothing more? And the left eye shuts and the right eye opens. Do not fill his head with such delusions of grandeur. This is our curse, our nature.
And who brought it on you? Quiggerthep.
Oh, yes, 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 yes. The mother and the father. No. It was our siblings. The right eye then opens, the left shuts. It was necessary. we need to keep each other in check, or the world itself may be out of balance.
He wants you back.
See both eyes open now at this time as the figure rests into their seat. The left hand drumming their fingers almost excitedly while the right grips onto their rests anxiously. As one says, "We won't go back," the other seems excited. "It's been such a long time since I've last played." Well, I hope you didn't think I was going to go willingly. I'll go back, but you kind of see them scraping their fingers against this obsidian structure, the sound of harder than like bone scraping against this stone.
But you
Echoes
want
in
to
the chamber.
play for it.
More than anything, I want to play for it.
And what is your game?
This figure, the right eye shut, stands upward now. Flowing robes on either side, either elegant or horrible. In the right hand rests a massive scepter, bejeweled with silver and crystals. The left, a horrible red, stoned and obsidian mixed lance. A game you won't quite enjoy, unfortunately.
I lean
And as it's-
forward. You would be so surprised.
This figure now stand up entirely. To you, this is a large creature. And where there were 2 arms, there are now 4, as one representing the right side spurts out from the left, and one representing the left spurts out from the right.
Are they standing now?
Completely now in front of you.
Do you know the strength of Quergatep?
More than anyone, they say in unison.
Then I look at them and say, then get off of my throne that he has promised me.
And the right side speaks up while the left still with their eye open, as they almost seem to be cooperating with one another to meet this dialogue you have met to them. Going home is one thing, but to challenge me in my own domain, my throne, my seat, my kingdom, my playground. And they both say foolish at the same time.
The two of you cannot be strong together. You're only halves. I am full. Perfect in make. You are just 2 halves, stitched together. You are grotesque. He wants somebody pure. Someone
As
like
you
me.
say the word grotesque, you notice that the arm of order on the left side seems to coerce the lance out from its dominant hand and makes the elective choice to ready a throw. I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Dexterity saving throw. 9 plus 7, 16.
Excellent. With a 16, the lance flies free from their hands. This is easily 2 times your size and its length, and if it were to impact you in this moment, you know surely you would die. However, you're keen, you're quick. You see the lance coming, and you quickly dodge out of the way in a barrel roll, tucking, and finding yourself standing up again.
I kind of do the roll, and I come up just like this, looking this way, not moving quickly, and I just turn and go, "Is that all? You're right, this is a good game to play."
You see the dominant left-sided hand opens up, palm facing towards you, and the lance is recalled into their grasp.
Is it going back to them?
Yes.
You said it's double my size?
Yes.
I want to grab onto it as it's recalled, come up, and ankle bite her to the throat. As fast as I possibly can.
Give me an attack roll.
With ankle
If you
biter?
fail this, you will be within their range and you will suffer an opportunity attack. Give me an attack roll with ankle biter. Give me an attack with ankle biter.
19 plus 8.
Ooh, alright, that hits. Roll your damage, man.
And is that sneak attack as well?
No, because I would say they were looking at you directly.
Totally fine, totally fine, totally fine. Okay. Are we doing exploding?
Yeah.
Okay. 12 points of damage with that attack.
Excellent. All right, they're going to take 12 points of damage. With that, we'll be entering into combat. Torin, I will say that you will be at the top of the turn order. Quinn or Sion, whoever would like to go next, would go ahead. After that, the boss will go, and then it will be whoever is left. So, whoever would like to take their turn, go right ahead. Quinn, go right ahead.
All right. So Quinn, seeing that this is kicking off, they'll uncouch their lance, say, "All right, Archie boy, yeah," and they'll charge, looking to impale one of the legs at the thigh.
All right, give me an attack roll.
Okay. That is a 21 to hit.
All right, that hits. Roll your damage.
That's the right one. That's going to be 5 points of damage.
Okay.
And
All right. Yeah.
oh, hang on. And with that one, they're going to take their second weapon strike and do the same thing.
Okay.
That's probably not going to hit 12.
No, it
12
does not
to
hit.
no.
I am
All
sorry.
right. So, with that, as the lance impacts, they're going to drop it back and switch to the mace. And that first strike that they made with the lance is going to impart an unwavering mark. And they are marked until the end of my next turn.
Okay, what does the mark do?
While they're within 5 feet of me, which they are now, a marked creature has disadvantage on any attack roll that doesn't target you. And if they deal damage to anyone else, I get to make a special melee attack on my next turn as a bonus action with advantage and +3 extra damage.
Alrighty, sounds good. Okay, now trapped in this almost fixated rage against you, they are going to proc one of their features, which is called multi-armed, means that they can take the grapple action as a bonus action, and they're going to grapple you.
Okay.
I need an athletics checks against you, please.
Nat 20 +7.
Alright, you do win that grapple check. Good on you. They are now going to take their primary action, which is going to be an attack against you. First,
Good
they're going
on
to use
ya.
their scepter swing. Does a dirty 20 hit?
It do not. Impacts on the shield. 21 AC.
Excellent. You're going to take now a second attack against you. Alright, and that does not hit either. That is going to be the end of their turn. Sion, is now your turn.
Okie dokie. I am going to use my action to create my eldritch cannon. So out of my pack, I pull out that little box, let it rip, and this force ballista forms up in front of me. And for a bonus action, I am going to have it attack.
Alrighty, give me an attack roll.
Does a 16 plus 6 hit? So,
22 does hit, yes.
okay.
Give me damage.
That is 10 points of force damage.
And that is the end of your turn?
That is it for me, yeah.
Alrighty, we're back up to Torin. It's now your turn.
It is my turn.
Yes.
Bam! I'm going to hit with my short sword in my one hand.
Okay.
Okay. That is 16 plus 7. So
Awesome,
does
froze again.
Austin's there.
Yeah,
you froze for a second.
I froze for a second. What was your roll again? I'm
16
sorry.
plus 7.
16 plus 7. Okay, that does hit. Roll your damage.
That's exploding. 14 points of damage with that. Then my bonus
Was that with your sneak
action-
attack?
I don't think
No.
I have sneak attack.
He was not hidden.
Is he
No, but
grappling
he's
you?
face to base with me. He's
You're
engaged
grappling
with
him,
me.
right?
No,
No,
we're
he
not
failed
grappled,
to grapple.
but we're
But
not
are you
grappled,
in-
but we're engaged.
You're engaged, correct?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, he is not. Yeah, not focused.
Then
on
I
this.
would
That
get
would be
sneak attack.
Yes, you would roll your sneak attack damage.
So that's 14. 26, one explosion, 7, 28 points of damage altogether on that hit. Bonus action, disengage, and I will run my 30 feet around them to get out of their combat.
Excellent.
That is going to be the end of my turn.
Quinn, it's now your turn.
All right. So since I'm within that 5 feet, I'm going to make 2 mace strikes.
Give me an
First,
attack roll.
that first one do not hit with a 10.
No.
And that one, second one, I'm pretty sure does. It's a 19 plus 7, 26.
That does hit. Roll your damage.
All right. Ooh. Exploding. That's 6 plus 4. 8. So 14 points of damage. And with that additional hit there, I'm going to impose another unwavering mark on him.
That's the end of your turn.
You know what? Second wind right quick. I'm going to recover 1d10 plus 6 damage. 12 points regained.
Cool.
And that will be the end of my turn.
Alrighty. What they are will actually. What's going to happen now is they are now going to take their attacks against you, Quinn. One attack is going to be with their scepter. They're going to attempt to stab you with it.
Okay.
There's a 16 hit. There's not a
It
21
does-
AC, correct?
It does not hit.
Or 25 does hit, though, right?
It does indeed. We could have
25 to be hit.
talking to them a little more.
I'm not the same.
Exploded.
Yeah.
Okay. First, primarily, you are going to take 16 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Secondly, I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
God dang it. That is an 8.
So you failed. So you are now going to go underneath the effects of this creature's legendary weapon. Depending on the side, that which is in domination at this turn, you are going to affect a spell. With the lance, or the spear rather, you have for Dormition, which will be Order, Phantasmal Killer, or for Dominion, Mind Whip. Dominion is currently in control, so you are going to suffer the effects of Mind Whip. On a failed save, the target takes 3d6 psychic damage. It can't take a reaction until the end of the next turn. Moreover, on its next turn, it must choose whether it gets a move, an action, or a bonus action. It only gets one of the three. On a successful save, the target takes half as much damage, suffers none of the spell's other effects.
Okay. So do I need to roll you a save now?
On top? No, you failed your save.
Oh.
Is one exploding? Alrighty. You're going to take 17 points of psychic damage on top of the 16 points of piercing damage that you took before.
Okay.
As a bonus action now, it is going to attempt to grapple you. I need you to give me an athletics save. Or check that, please.
That's 18.
25. You are grappled.
Okay.
That will be the end of its turn. Tion, it is now your turn.
Am I able to, from here, determine, like, what the spear and scepter are made out of?
No.
No? Okay.
Because you're about, like, what, 30 feet, 40 feet back?
Yeah, about.
You most definitely can tell it's some sort of stone. However, the nature of these stones, like, you have no clue.
Okay. Okay, so for my main action, I am going to second level Scorching Ray. So I will roll for each of the 3 rays. So I have a 17, a 21, and another 17.
The 21 hits.
21 hits? Okay.
Yes.
Alright, that's going to be 2d6. That is 6 points of fire damage off of that Scorching Ray. And for my bonus action, I'm going to have my Ballista attack again.
Now that's with force damage. Can you tell me if that moves the target at all on a successful hit?
For the Ballista?
Yes.
Run size, AC of 18. No, it doesn't look like it moves. Oh, wait. If the target is a creature, it's pushed up to 5 feet away from the cannon.
Okay, excellent. That's perfect. So go ahead and roll your damage. Or roll your attack. Fuck.
Yeah. It's like, yes,
Roll
okay.
damage, yeah.
You said it! That is a dirty 20.
Okay, that hits. Roll your damage.
Okay. Hey, we got an explodey boy.
There you go.
$16 points of force damage on that.
Excellent. With that 16 points of damage, it is going to move back 5 feet further, almost slamming back against the throne. As a result of them being moved, I will count that as hurled. They are going to drop you, Quinn. You are no longer grappled.
Okay. Thank you, Sion!
Don't say I never did nothing for you.
You said that was 16 points of damage, correct?
Yes.
All right, excellent.
And that's going to do it for me.
Alrighty. Torin, we are back up to the turn order. What would you like to do?
How far away are they from me now? I know they just got pushed back.
So
5
you
feet.
moved. So they would only be 5 feet further away from you since you moved back 30 feet around their blind spot. 35 feet now. Or I will say you were still in their blind spot as they were just pushed backward.
I run up the 30 feet. That's within 5 feet of melee range, would you say?
Yes.
Okay, so I can take that attack?
Yeah, absolutely. That would count as sneak attack as you're in their blind.
Okay. I'm going to get an attack with ankle biter. Or not with ankle biter. I'm going to go with my short sword in my one hand. That's going to be a 19 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay. That was actually on the lower side of what I was able to get. That's 8 points of damage, plus you said sneak attack?
Yes.
Okay. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 23 points of damage altogether. As I stab, disengage, and I'm running another 30 feet to the other side.
Just love hearing Austin softly say, "God damn it."
Alrighty. So
And
you
like I
disengaged
imagine,
also?
like I disengage with my cunning action with my bonus action. As I imagine, like they move to the side, and it's just like, and just like running.
Alrighty. Okay, that's
Yeah.
the end of your turn.
Yeah, that is the end of my turn. I'm gonna go. Disengage.
Okay.
Quinn, it's your turn.
Yep.
I don't like the way
So-
you said that, though. I don't like the way you
So-
said that.
Question right quick on positioning. Quinn, whenever that ballista hit, and Quinn was knocked from
So
the
you did not
enemy's
go
arm.
flying. The way I'm going to rock it is they literally just dropped you right back down in that spot. So there's just
Okay.
a 5-foot distance between yourself and the creature.
Okay. Got it. And currently, Sion is to the back, and Torin is out
So
to the...
Sion is to your back. Yes.
Mhm.
Torin has disengaged off to either the left. I'm not too sure. You said to the left or to the right?
I went to the opposite side of where I was, so probably to the
Okay.
left.
To the left. He disengaged off to the left side. The rest of his movement.
Okay. Is there any place I can position myself so that if the being comes by me towards either one of them, I'll be in range to strike out to either side?
So because you are within their melee range, you're kind of in a
Mm-hmm.
deadlock for opportunity attacks. I will tell you
Mhm.
that right now. So if you were to move either to their right or to their left, you would be taking an opportunity attack. However, you could disengage and shift your positioning to
Mhm.
avoid that.
Got you. So,
Or you can move back without having to disengage.
I got that. I got you. At this point, Quinn is going to hunker down and take the dodge action.
And that
Well,
has me roll my attacks at disadvantage on you, correct?
Correct. Before I do that, actually, I'm actually going to change. I'm going to take my 2 swings with the mace right quick.
Okay. Roll attack.
That is a 22 to hit,
That hits. Roll your damage.
exploding 8, 12 points of damage, unwavering mark.
Excellent.
Damn, I'm burning through those things. Second to hit is a 21 to hit,
That hits. Roll your damage.
8 points of damage. At that point, I will use my action surge and then take the dodge action.
Good man!
Dude, that's a good fucking turn.
That's a fucking
Okay.
move, dude.
Yeah, nice, man. All right, excellent. And that is the end of your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
Most people proc that action surge to get more attacks, but they don't
Attacks.
realize that there's a lot more you can do with it.
Yeah,
It's an action surge, not an attack surge, and they should remember that.
Anyway, we're back. We are back to my normal angle now, apparently. So, alrighty. excuse my hand. This is what the hell is going to happen on their
Big
turn.
meaty mitts.
What's going to happen is they're going to take their first attack against you, Quinn, with their scepter. Righty, that will be at disadvantage because you are in the dodge action. $14 does not hit.
Okay.
Discord's getting real shitty right now.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah.
What's going to happen next? Now, Sion, they are going to attempt to hurl their spear, their lance at you. I know that is at disadvantage because the unwavering mark. So that
I
will
would
be
like to say, just as a reaction, just to help me, shield.
shield.
If you got it, why not proc it?
Oh my
You know
god! Ooh, sorry, dude. I just rolled double nat 20s. I'm sorry, man. That's
You got
double
what?
nat 20s. I'm really fucking sorry.
The face. I know it's genuine with the face.
I did everything I could, man.
I'm really sorry, man.
Time to use those HP you were talking about earlier.
Okay. Okay. I'm so fucking sorry.
Yeah,
Don't lie,
I'm
you're
so
not.
sorry. Let me get all 20 dice.
So, base damage off a crit, you are going to be taking 12 points of damage. That is your, or sorry, 18 points of damage. That is the base. I'm going to roll the damage on top of that. Then after that, I'm going to ask you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, that's a disadvantage with my fucking.
No, that's with 2 points. That's with 2 points.
Oh, with 2
At the
points?
1 point, you just
Okay.
have access to things that could give you
Okay.
another point.
What?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have to take.
you've been making Trevor roll a disadvantage.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, you have. The whole time.
Yeah. With the baby.
No, that's our rule. No. That's the rule set for the actual creature. That is the rule set for our creature. The disadvantage on the baby is a rule set on the creature.
That is right. One,
That is
wasn't trying
not
to
his
metagame,
Eldritch,
but also
yeah.
forgot. It is disadvantage on that. But I thought that was because I had the Eldritch Madness. So
No,
it's
no,
like,
no, 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 no.
Disadvantage.
I was about to be like, no.
That's on
Start
2
the
points.
episode over.
That's on 2 points. 2 points of Eldritch
Okay.
Madness. That is when it's save on disadvantage on wisdom save.
That's right. That's
Okay.
right.
It is the monster because I know the stat sheet of the monster, but I totally forgot that that's part of it.
Alrighty.
22 on that wisdom save.
Shion, that's funny enough. You're going to be taking 27 points of total damage from that attack, and I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Another one?
Normal. Did you give it to me already?
Yeah,
22?
I said, 20,
Oh,
yeah.
cool. You pass. You're fine.
How much damage did I take again? You said 27?
27, yes.
Okay.
Not bad, gentlemen. We're still in the fight, brothers.
Speak for yourself.
Let me
I'm
get a
not
yee
gonna-
out
I'm
here.
Eating.
I'm not gonna lie there, brother. That kind of hurt real bad.
I'm not gonna lie, brother. Disengage.
Yeah.
That did not feel good, brother.
Yeah, I am not feeling good.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I am not feeling good. Wake up at 11:30.
Sion, it is now your turn.
Okay, Sion being very upset at this, I'm going to use my last second level spell slot to do another second level Scorching Ray. I am going to roll on those.
Hell yeah, dude. Okay,
Double
excellent.
that 20s, bitch!
There you go. Nice,
So
dude.
2 nat 20s and a dirty 20 to hit.
All right, that's 2 criticals and a normal roll of damage. How do you cast this spell as you feel just like all of your anger and frustrations with this entire event kind of bubbling forward?
Work my Scorching Rays is that they're basically like grenades. In a sense, it's of an artificer. So like after this fucking spear, I imagine just like fucking squares
Yeah.
hits me in the fucking chest. I'm just like with adrenaline pumping. I'm just like, all right, there, sugar. Let's show you how it's done. I kind of just pull this spear out, throw it to the ground, take these 3 scorching ray explosives in my hand, and I just fucking yeet them at this creature.
All right, now roll your damage. One at a time, you little asshole.
I'm just gonna add it up and give you the total.
He's literally asking
make it
you.
easier.
Give it,
Yeah.
give it to me slow. I'm sorry.
That's exploding. Suck my dick. Okay, there's the damage for 1 scorching ray. So let me do the next one.
I like that our chat.
That also explodes. Fuck you, Austin.
While he's rolling damage, I'm watching on my preview of the stream in Streamlabs. I'm able to see. Jesus Christ! I'm able to see the chat happen before the actual chat happens.
Yeah.
So I'm like, somebody chatted, and then I see it like 3 seconds later, and I'm like,
64 points of damage from those scorching rays. Bonus action force ballista.
You froze up, Austin.
All right.
I did so much damage,
This
I
thing
froze Austin.
You know, after these grenades, kind of. Oh my god.
dude, Austin, all we hear is this. You know, what in the grenade in the...
Dude,
Okay, we're back.
I did so much damage,
Dude.
it fucking broke you.
Dude,
Broke
all
my
we heard
internet,
in the
dude.
Discord was this. Okay, well, with the grenade in the... damn it.
Oh.
Sorry, repeat
All
it.
right. So it's fun. So with the grenades, you kind of set them off in this massive blaze. You see their robes start to get scorched. Their skin is literally on fire. They are not looking great right now.
Fuck them.
You're. Oh,
Bonus
yeah, you have
action, bonus action force ballista.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
The 25 to hit.
How? Oh, well, roll your damage first before I ask that.
We're in it, boys.
Double exploding, baby! Let's fucking go!
How do you want to do this?
So I basically I go and I overclock. So my ballista, the way I imagine it, it's just like a full-on ballista that walks on like 4 little crab legs. I just say fuck it. I pick up the ballista and I'm just fucking firing off rounds like a fucking machine gun out of this fucking thing.
Just firing.
Yeah, it's fucking mean ass. Just like with just like fire in my one non-eye patched eye.
Holy shit.
You are just sinking these ballista bolts into this creature's chest as it's just ding, 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 ding. Eventually, before they fall back into their seat, collapsing, dude. Sorry, I keep freezing and it's very frustrating.
Dude,
You're good, man. It's
Discord
okay.
knows we tried out Demiplane today.
Yeah.
Oh, you're using
Discord
another
knows.
platform? Eat shit.
Yeah.
So, as you're firing these ballista bolts into this creature, they kind of sort of slink back into their chair, almost impaled. And with that now, all manner of ungodly ichor draining from their fresh corpse. You see both the scepter and the lance drop to the ground as this quasi-divine being before you now lays lifeless. However, dramatic pause. I wasn't frozen.
Got me.
You see from the top of their throne 8 obsidian black claws with a singular, massive emerald eye looking onto you. And from the center of this creature, light starts to permeate, as if splitting this thing in two. Good. Perhaps you'll survive after all. And in a quick flash, the corpse and the Catman behind the throne are gone. And now before you is an empty room.
Is
take
the
this
throne
time
still
to,
there?
I take this time to light up a cigarette, put it on my mouth, take a look. I have this huge ass ballista in my fucking hand, so I just drop it to the ground to light the cigarette, and I take a look at both Quinn and Torn. Let that be a lesson. Y'all don't fuck with me. Before I put a fucking hole the size of your goddamn head through you too. Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna go shit my pants.
What? Torin, what is shit?
I'm not going to explain that one to you.
Oh, come on. I know what shit is. I'm fucking with you.
I fucking hate fairies. I fucking hate the lot of you.
You just hear from the other room, from like back to the other room. Should've let the baby kill you.
You hear from the other room. Just fucking unloading. Do I see the throne?
Yes.
I sit in it.
You do so.
How do
And
I
you
feel?
get very comfortable.
Velour.
You rest back and you look onto this empty throne room, and for a moment you almost think it's yours. But you feel torn.
Oh.
What to act on, how to act. You hear from either side of you voices beckoning you into either direction of either complete depravity and chaos or over-encompassing order. The first thing that comes to your mind is this is what tyrants must be made of. The constant struggle. The idea and thought of what is right and what is wrong hyperimposed without any much care to what is before them. And in fact, you absolutely hear the whisper of the voices of the deity you had just slain. Comfortable, isn't it?
No. Not for me.
It's not enough for you.
Those who sat in it before were so weak. It's an insult to me.
And I stand.
As you move to stand up, you feel two thumbs press hard against your
In
forehead,
my
almost
ass.
slamming you back, back against the seat. Sit, enjoy your earnings. As you see these two entities completely split down the middle in their full forms. You were right. We were weak. But now, we're whole. I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
I have a whopping +0 to this, everybody, so.
So, never mind.
Oh, you guys,
Austin.
you absolutely, you guys see this happening.
Suck it, Austin. That's a 2.
I was gonna say, seeing him basically sitting back in the thrall of this thing, I would like to kind of walk up and place my hand on his knee. Say,
Wisdom saving throw.
For me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, baby. Welcome to the Thunderdome of the throne room, bitch.
That'd be a 6.
You see the apparition of order comes over and grips your head from either side, thumbs barreling into your forehead, Quinn. Torin, you're going to suffer your second point of Eldritch Madness. Quinn, you will now suffer your first.
While I'm suffering this, I'll say, logic in its purest form is poison, and chaos without order is decay.
I'm already rotting. I smile. Do I see the deities still there?
In fact, now in this moment, you see the apparition of chaos almost has her hands resting onto your shoulder. That sentiment was not much your own, but you understand that that is absolutely how you feel right now.
And do I feel like the chaos is welcoming?
Absolutely, you feel at home.
I look towards that deity and I say, they have no idea. I want it. And I look towards order and tilt my head. And I click my teeth a bit, just kind of.
Can I do something here to facilitate possibly breaking them out of this trance, or at least Torin?
You may absolutely try, however, before you do that, the apparition of order now speaks into your ear, Quinn, as you look onto Torin. With what you just said, they also rest their hands onto your shoulders. Then you understand why it is up so that this was a mistake. Both of us
What?
cannot be, but we must be at the same time. And you see this fair white hand points outward to Torin. This wasn't your mission to start, but understand that my brother has made champion of that one. He will be your opposition.
He cannot fully be of chaos. He and I have a contract, and contracts are naturally things of order.
In this
But-
moment, you feel. Oh, go ahead.
But neither can a contract exist in the vacuum. They are things of balance. I won't be tied to two masters. No. Let him run unopposed. And Quinn will close their eyes.
As you do so, you find yourself sort of centered for a moment. And I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw at advantage.
That's the 13.
With the 13, their grip on you, still lingering, slowly fades. And you open up your eyes. Now, with your singular point of Eldritch Madness, you understand the true nature of this place and how it is quite literally devouring itself, yet spitting itself out at the same time. You understand how reality is interweaving into one another constantly at the center seam, but now with these being split, you're starting to notice these weaves push off one another, as if these domains are starting to become whole again, much like their masters.
Do you see it, Quinn?
I do. Torin, this place, it's in between. It is an Ouroboros, a snake eating its own tail. It feels a bit like home.
Then you know.
In a way, I feel that I do.
And I lean down to his head right by his ear. And I say, looking forward, right towards Sion.
That you will not be able to stop me.
Stop you, my friend. Yours is the truest path forward. And to what I want for my master. When you release a coursing river that's been held by a dam for too long, what other way can you describe the course of that river than utter chaos? But there's a power to it too.
Your order is yours. I'll find your child.
Sion, now, what would you like to do to disrupt this tether that this apparition of chaos has set onto Torin?
I would like to shoot Torin in the head.
Give me an attack roll.
I'm so fucking sorry I crit.
It's fine.
uh, 17 points of piercing damage.
That will absolutely knock the hold that this apparition of chaos has over you at this moment, Torin.
Yeah, so while
Okay.
he's like leading down and doing all this, I kind of just, well, I've had enough of this, and I just take a shot right at Torin's head.
Torin, how does this bolt land on you?
Are you shooting from behind or front?
Like right in between the eyes, basically.
Hits.
All right. Let's play.
Oh, dead man.
Come on, Torin.
Do you know what happens after? Either of you. You small, insignificant creature, and you, one who needs so much and relies on so much. When it's all over, the curtain pulls, and it's dark forever. No gods to punish, no flaming hellscape, no chanting and praying, no chorus of angel. It's all darkness.
Sounds a sight
you-
better than whatever the fuck you are.
Alright. Then let's play.
Is this how you want to go about it, then?
You think I'm gonna say, and that's the end of the episode? I'm gonna watch you two fucking fight. What the
Alrighty.
hell? Go.
Then
Bonus action
I'm-
force ballista.
I'm fucking
Okay.
stepping back.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 hits.
Austin, give me some fucking fight music, man. That explodes. 16 points of force damage, and you are pushed back 5 feet.
Alrighty.
Come on now, dead man.
Perfect. Alrighty. Whose turn is it now?
So it will go
That was it
Sion,
for me.
then your turn.
Okay.
Then your turn, Sion's turn.
So that's the end of Sion's turn?
Yes, it is now your
for
turn.
me, baby.
All right. I am going to run up, slide with my short sword, and cut up if I can.
Reaction shield.
Okay.
Now you were casting that at first level, correct?
Yeah, it's. I can only cast it at first.
Okay.
All right, that's 18 plus 7.
That will hit.
Perfect. That's going to be 8 points of damage for that. And then
Okay.
bonus action, I am going to disengage. And I am going to run my 30 feet. And as I'm running, I'm readying myself to move to my short bow.
Excellent. As this is happening, you feel this blood sort of splatter across your face from the wood, or from the wound from Sion, and you hear the sound of the Catman in your ear, imploring you, pushing you forward.
Pushing me forward to fight.
Absolutely, they're almost encouraging you in this, almost
Can you hear
reveling
them?
in this moment. Absolutely. Now, be certain that you can succeed, but if you can't, I'll make the exception this one time. But kill them. Make it slow.
Bring me a
Make it-
cat. And that's all I say.
So you want to keep going, dead man? It don't matter how far you get from me.
There is now, after this sort of request, as you readying your next attack, you feel a slight disturbance in the air. Somewhere the soft sound of fur meeting marble reaches keen ears.
All right.
Sion is now your turn.
Okay, I am going to cast Ray of Frost.
Okay. It's a to hit, right?
It is a to hit. 16 plus 6.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. That is 12 points of cold damage, and bonus action, again, Force Ballista. Dirty 20.
Mm-hmm.
As the ballista bolt is flying, the arrow stops midway. And you feel two massive furry mitts rest on your shoulders. Be easy with the toys. Make this a fair fight. And your ballista falls apart. However,
The
I
arrow
will
would-
say you are regaining a... Yeah, the arrow still is going to fly, but after this...
Because it doesn't
attack-
shoot an arrow, it's force. Like, it shoots energy.
Well, whatever the projectile is, it stopped and now it's going again.
Okay.
But your ballista has fell apart.
That is going to be 11 points of force damage and 5 feet back.
Okay. I fall to the ground.
Did Austin freeze again?
No, I'm just...
No,
Oh,
watching.
okay.
No, I'm
I'm just...
fight's over.
You're down? He's down.
Mm-hmm.
So, at this point in time, what's the positioning? Where's everybody at?
You are, I'd say, probably about like 40 feet back. You kind of distance yourself. Torin disengaged his full movement, I believe, back, and then was pushed another 5 feet back. So he's 35 feet away from Sion. Sion is sort of standing in the center.
I just light another cigarette and put it in my mouth as I start walking over towards Torn. You got anything you want to say, Quinn?
At this point, a moment. Archie will come over. Quinn will climb on top. They'll grab up their lance, and they'll start riding toward where I guess the three of them will eventually convene, and Quinn will rein up. Sion, was all of this really necessary?
Was it necessary to try to stop him from doing whatever cockamamie bullshit he's trying to do in here?
Not necessarily that in particular. All of this. What do we do now? That is what I would like to know.
Where do you stand?
I serve one master, and that is the same master that I served when I came to this God's forsaken in-between space.
I
have
take my
not changed.
I take my crossbow and aim it at Torin. Do you stand with the living or the dead?
I stand with the Fae. Do
The
what you
lip.
will.
I fire a bolt into Torin.
Okay.
That's 2 death failures, I believe.
Mhm.
Torin, you can hear me in there. Give you one last chance. Where do you stand, dead man?
Do I get a death save?
I will leave this up to roleplay.
So am I unconscious?
No, you are still very much up. You have just suffered enough damage to where you were on the ground.
How far is the cat from me?
It is approaching you. However, you can hear it, but you have no idea from where it's approaching. I will allow a perception check if you'd like to look for it.
Okay. 17.
You see it is approaching slowly on your left, quietly, but you do notice this cat.
Is it within arm's reach?
Yes.
I put my arms this way. Do whatever you want to do. And I wait for the cat to get into my left hand. And I hold my action.
Moments pass by, and the cat does eventually rest itself atop your hand.
I see what you're trying to do here. That don't work, dead man. You have yourself a wonderful evening. If you do happen to not make it, let me know how the other side is a second time. Quinn, you ready?
Beyond ready. Goodbye, Torin. It was fun while it lasted. Come on, Jim.
I just kind of take one last look at Torin with the cat in his hand. Can't trick the trickster, but brother.
Right.
See you on the other side.
I'm sure we will. You won't see it, but it'll come. Trust me.
My time will come, then it'll come. But when it does come, unlike you, ungrateful son of a bitch, I'll welcome it with open arms.
Takes a sip from the cat.
I
He
sip
drinks.
the cat.
He drinks up the cat.
I drink the cat. Like a water skin.
Twist off.
That's weird as fuck. Let's go.
Torin sets the cat on his chest and pets it. And waits.
See you later, dead man. And I turn to walk with Quinn.
you two leave the palace proper. I will allow yourselves a moment between the two of you if you would like. Otherwise, you may opt out by mentioning you just continue back to the hub area.
Well, Sion, it seems we'll be spending a little more time together than we had previously anticipated. I apologize that I gave most of my attentions to Torin. What sort
Well-
of things shall we do?
Well, if we're gonna get to know each other a little better, I gotta teach you a little bit about the world. And I hold a cigarette up towards Quinn.
Quinn will take it and they'll snip it, and looking directly at Sion, they'll tentatively
I'm like, yeah. Don't fucking bite on it. You cradle it with your lips, son. Good enough. And I light the cigarette. You'll get used to it.
Is this a requirement?
It is now.
Very well, the contract is sealed.
And don't worry, I'm a man of my word. I'll see about getting you your goddamn child.
Children can be found all over the place. The children here are strange. Maybe just getting away would be sufficient.
Wow, look at you. You're learning. I'm proud of you. And I just very aggressively pat Quinn on the back.
Quinn inhales the cigarette as the pat goes through.
Fucking accidentally Wu-Tangs it.
Not gonna lie, though.
It's very burning.
I do feel bad about leaving our little friend back there, but I believe he was too far gone.
We've all been tainted and touched by this place. How long
Yeah.
before we join him in his delusions?
Well, here's the thing, Quinn. If this place does me dirty and starts making me go all crazy, if you don't fucking kill me, I'll be concerned.
That's are the terms.
You have
Very
my
well.
you have my permission. I go loopy in the head, you take it clean off. And I'll do the
Yes,
same to you.
This I can do. And Quinn will take and extend their hand for a handshake.
I go in immediately for a handshake.
There's a slight sizzling sound because I'm assuming you haven't washed your hands since touching that iron ingot.
No, I have not. You'll get used to that too.
Sensitive skin. I just.
You are so delicate. I don't know how you've made it this long, but
Take
good for
armor.
you.
As a harrowing moment turned wholesome ends, we now find ourselves back to Tor. Alone in a throne room, cradling a cat that seemingly appeared from nowhere.
I look at the cat. Right into its eyes. Show me everything. That's it.
As you look into this cat's eyes, what were once bright yellow hues fade and break away into endless starlight. Creation, destruction, the making of horrible, twisted things. Man's first atrocity, far more heinous than murder. eons of evil and vile darkness brought into your mind. As this is happening, you feel almost as seen to be an ensemble of hands pushing you upwards to stand. As the very space before you unravels and breaks apart. Galaxies envelop onto themselves. Leaders die. History goes on before you. And then there's stillness. Your mind slowly begins to unravel. But in this moment, you feel peace. Complete and total peace. For now, in this moment, your purpose has never been so clear. And it is not in blind servitude, but rather the execution of a virtue. To act out on man's darkest heart. You have suffered your third point of Eldritch Madness.
What does that do again?
Well, he would randomly attack you guys on adventures, but the party's kind of split.
Okay.
now. So.
As you were.
Thorin, space around you slowly reconstructs itself, and you find yourself in a glade. No longer along the unbalanced hellscape, two quasi-deities mesh together for the sake of combating order and balance, but rather a place familiar yet different.
Do I see a tent?
Absolutely.
I walk over to it and I enter.
At this table of evil beings, the god of undeath and sorcery, the god of trickery, and more vile, the god of illithids and psionic mastery, you find yourself a seat.
And I would know Vecna.
Absolutely you would.
Do I see
You would
which hands
also
he has?
understand he only has his left. The right is missing, and so is his left eye.
Where is it?
Vecna turns to you and smiles. And that is where we will end our episode.
All right.
It's like he still needs to make his last death save. He fails and dies right there.
Yeah. Oh, I was like, by the way, yeah, death saving throw, please. Yeah, it's like we fucking had. Oh, look, that looks like a pass. It was a fail.
Chill,
That
dude. No, I got an 18.
There you go.
Beautiful. All right. Who wants to start it off?
Yeah, man. Let's kick up some Rose and Thorn if you guys got the time.
Sure, I do. I don't normally lead things off, but if you want me to,
Yeah,
Go
please,
ahead, I
man.
gotta
Go
change the
ahead.
batteries with these fucking headset.
So Rose for this episode, fuck man, encountering that thing in the woods, like that was a good chance for some nice role play, and then coming that close to an unknown death was pretty pucker inducing at the end of it. Thorn, I don't really have one for this episode, man. It just kind of, it flowed really well. Favorite part of another person's RP, it's really split between Torin and Sion. Torin just really embodying madness, and Sion with the badass fucking the Gatling gun action at the end there. after just unloading with the freaking the scorching rays, it was just action movie style stuff. And then the favorite part of my own RP, I don't know that there's really a piece that stood out to me for my own. There was I don't know. I played true to the character with the whole trying to touch Torin at the end there and maybe coax him back. But that's it. That's what I got. Oh, one more thing. Austin, man, you are fucking killing it.
Thank
I love this shit, man. It's getting the chance to play somebody that's not necessarily good. I kind of feel like I'm skewing back that way, so I'm gonna have to do some crazy wacky shit, but it's good. I like it. That's all I got.
Awesome. Who's next?
You want to go, Mike?
I'll go.
Okay.
Rose, this was a lot of fucking fun. Being able to do a little bit of PvP was really fucking fun. The shit was sick. Thorn, I don't have one. Austin, you're great. I love you so much.
Thanks, man.
Favorite parts of everyone's roleplay. I really like that. This is like, for a part of it, this is more of like a goofier episode. Like we were kind of just like at the beginning, like fucking club him over the head with the baby, like fucking getting like just getting real dumb in places. Which I think like sometimes like for serious shit like this, it's cool for like a minute just to be like do dumb shit. But yeah, I really like. It's both my favorite part of someone else's roleplay, favorite part of mine is like I like the interaction between Torin and Sion there near the end. Like, hey man, I told you I was gonna shoot you in the fucking head. You wanted me to shoot you in the fucking head, so what's good?
That is true.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is like a funny little callback, and then I rolled the crit, and I was like, I'm so sorry.
Anymore.
I was like, I'm so sorry. Damn, that shit didn't go how I wanted it to.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's me.
Rose, Austin, I love this world. It's very creepy. I love Quegatep. I love the split world sort of idea. It was a whole lot of fun. We did get some PvP in there. Thorn, I don't think I have one besides tech issues with, YouTube and just getting acquainted with it. What I should have done is what I should have done is launch Death X Cleric, where I don't give a fuck. I should have launched that on YouTube and figured out how to do everything. But hindsight's 2020. My Rose was my favorite part of somebody else's roleplay was the interaction of Quinn with the child, just being so blinded to it. And also I would say my favorite part of somebody else's was Austin with the chaos side, because that was the only thing relatable to my character. My character looked at the other one like an unruly mother and hated it. So to have chaos kind of be like, yeah, and also Quegatep, I'm infatuated with them just as much as they are me. So it just kind of fit. Also, Torin was never a good person. Torin was never a do the right thing, stop somebody from doing this or that. Torin was just, if that thing eats Quinn, he's not useful to me anymore. That's one less person I have to fight this with. At the end, yeah, he had told Quinn, I'll get you your baby. And then he watched Quinn not defend him and let him get shot. And now he's surrounded by the biggest bads in the multiverse. And he definitely knows who he wants to kill.
Come get me, bitch.
Yeah. So, and again...
facts. He has literally like the fucking... Yeah.
And again, this will be the last time I'm playing Torin. Because Torin's done. So... Do I have a Thorn? Yes, I lose a character every campaign. One that I really, really like. But it's the way the dice had in store.
Lose anybody in elsewhere?
Guess what? Now you can fucking you can toss them into your Phaedron.
No. What I mean is like by the end of my campaigns, or by the time where I'm like, God, I fucking love this character. It's pulled from me. My life is
My song lived.
Yeah, but when I was really loving him, the campaign ended. It ended, is what I'm saying.
So,
it's like
you metaphorically lost him.
Exactly. Like, I have all these characters, and I'm like, well, it doesn't feel right now to play Mordecai Moss song again. It doesn't feel like, after this session, it wouldn't feel right to play Torin Vesh joining the party and being like, I've had a change of
what's
heart.
up? What's good?
Because he fucking hasn't. He's like, I don't fucking care. And that's like when he was like, are we done here? And Torin looks up at you and he goes, hey, man. It's a free country. You can do whatever you want.
I'm chilling, dog.
I don't give a shit. But I tell you what, if you were going to launch that bolt, I was going to use my sleight of hand to put that cat in front of it, and I was going to watch him power word kill the motherfucker out of you. And that was like his whole thing, was he was like, all right. And then when you were like, don't try and trick the trickster, he's like, is that what you are? Okay. Time to evolve. Time to get into a different headspace. But that's just Torin as a character. Yeah. That was a good session. Favorite part of my own roleplay? Fuck, man, I don't know. That ending, surrounded by big bads and power like he's never fucking known before. And then seeing that Vecna was missing some things and was like, where is she? But, yeah, we'll see what happens.
Not featured. Tannis in the back selling someone some dumb bullshit.
Yeah.
Outside in a cart, dude, like fucking the Baron style from fucking Resident Evil.
What are you buying?
And I'm excited to bring my next character next week. Yeah. So that's
a good one. Next character is a good one.
This next one's pretty good, and I already have his last name. So yeah. Yeah, I was gonna tease it, but I don't know if I should. I don't know if I should.
Don't spoil it. You love spoiling shit. Don't do it.
I do love spoiling shit.
Don't do it.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm excited. But yeah, that's it for me.
I'm sorry, I cringe.
Oh, dude, do what you got to do.
I'm so sorry.
Well, the thing at the end of the day is like whether PvP happens or not. Like this character he's evil. He's not going to stop for anybody. He's not going to stop because a fairy tells him to. Fuck. I mean, if I put myself in the space of this character, I don't care if 4 corgi riding fairies come up. I'm not stopping my power-hungry lust for, like, all of this. After the first point of Eldritch Madness, Torin was like, yeah. Yeah, everything that these people have, yeah, I would like it. So when he was like, this could be yours, he's like, yes. So yeah, it's interesting. But that's the end for me. Austin, your turn.
I loved the session. I feel like we were really in our bag, like in the start there, which is nice because like I made a big promise to myself. I wasn't going to really stress out over prepping. So the way I wrote this adventure is I just wrote like several events and kind of just like built off of those rather than writing 12 pages of wall of text of just shit going on, you know? So it wasn't as much of a stressful experience for me, which made the game far much more enjoyable because I wasn't so worried about
dude, you were vibing, dude. I love
everything going like tic-tac perfect, you know?
Because when you do that, it feels really bad when like that one thing
goes wrong. Yeah, because last session, you know, for the skeleton encounter, I was like beating my own ass for the rest of the night, like really bad. But now, you know, it's like I feel like by the way, the creature's called a child mimic. Mimic. Yeah, that is the creature. That is what you guys went up against and were able to avoid fighting. So that is what happened to you.
It's bad.
And that is a creature created by the Witch King, or so I have written in its lore. So it's it's a fae. So I almost got eaten up by one of your buddies. But
not everything in the fae is, you know, working together in harmony.
No, not at all. So my favorite part of Quinn's roleplay was like, dude, like, this is my goal. What the fuck do you mean there's no babies in the forest? I'm here for a baby. I was promised a baby from the cat guy, from Thorin.
I said I want a baby. That's a baby.
That's a baby, right? Like, right there. That's
what I want to argue with.
fucking
say I
Torin
want
and see on
cookies.
the woodland baby. That
Yeah, me. I don't. He watched me eat a man. I don't think me telling him
Yeah.
babies don't come in the woods. He'd be like, "Oh, for sure."
So that was my favorite part of Quinn's roleplay, was just kind of going through it and his dedication to the failed wisdom saving throws, like really falling into it. Because a Fae, like he has no, as the kind of Fae that he is, he has no concept of how a child is made, a paternal bond, what that means, and then just like kind of just being like, why do I feel like this? I would die for this fucking thing. Like hella, all of a sudden, you know. I loved seeing that. That was awesome. It was cool dedication to the fails. It was cool just with the flow of the event. And so that was great. I loved that. My favorite part of Sion's roleplay, easily the fucking badass, just the full, like, all I could just see was just like action hero with the fucking Gatling gun, just do. Super fucking sick. I just, also my favorite part of Trevor's roleplay is just every time Torin like monologues, I'm like, yeah, dude, like, that's cool. Like, I want more of that. Like, that shit's awesome. And it's just like having this fool literally be like, you know, I don't know what's happening to me now, but I understand by some weird fucking proxy, you are a vessel of this god I think that I believe in. So it's like, just let me have it, and just fully surrendered yourself to it. Which was like, that was fucking great for like good character dedication. That was fucking awesome. I love seeing that. It's fucking badass.
Don't get me wrong. I want to play Torin more. It's just not possible because he did what he would have done.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
well, here's the thing. I'm probably gonna die next episode because I used up all my good rolls today. So
We will see.
See,
feel like what'd you get to hit? 4.
Yeah.
My next character comes in. I'm his twin, and we have twin telepathy. I kill you,
I am
no you.
Morin.
I used all my spell slots. Me, perfect. Nat
Vorin
20.
Tesh.
Yeah, Vorin Tesh. Dude, I said I wasn't going to spoil the name. We have to end stream immediately.
Damn it! I spoiled it for
So those are my favorite parts of everyone else's roleplay. So I'll kind of cut into my rows. I feel like this episode flowed really well. So I'm kind of proud of myself for like taking a step back from the perfectionist route for myself as a DM, and just rocking with what I felt was the comfortable amount and not the overbearing amount, which was hard, but I feel like I was able to do it. So, but yeah, that was great. I had a good time.
Felt good.
That's what it's all about.
Tube.
YouTube. Who wants
Anyways,
to
yeah.
sign us off? On our first YouTube stream.
I think you should do it, man.
Yeah, I think you should do it.
All right.
Dun dun dun
Well.
dun dun.
Well, everybody, it's been fun. It's been long. It's been long and fun. I had a good time. I hope you all had a good time. We're on YouTube now. It's just the way it is. We're working out the kinks. That's the Dungeon Hunter's promise. Tell your loved ones you love them, but don't forget to tell them. Crunk and Bros.
On
Poetry.